Miles, thanks very much for joining us. It'd be interesting to get your take, I suppose, in terms of the capital. Obviously, Union Investment, German capital, looking at the UK. I guess, what's the drivers there? What's the strategy?
Union Investment has been a long-standing investor into the UK market for over 30 years, but it's only been more recent that we've had an actual London presence. And that decision to open an office in London almost 2 years ago now was very much born out of London, the UK being integral to our ongoing strategies. It offers great diversification to have local offices, a global presence, and particularly now more than ever, international markets are of increasing importance, and to be considered a true European or global investor, that does mean diversification. London, the UK, a very important part of that.
And I suppose looking at the UK, where do you see the opportunities at the moment? I suppose sectors, geography, what's your sense of that?
The living sector naturally is one where a number of investors are very active for portfolio diversification reasons, but also in a UK context, we have an unregulated market, so that presents clear opportunity for income growth. It presents an opportunity for hedge against inflation. And as much as we've seen sensationalist headlines around the office sector, we feel that the office sector still plays a really important part of a diversified real estate portfolio. For us, what that means at Union Investment, it's focusing on those future-proofed, long-term, sustainable assets. ESG is very much integral to that and is so now ingrained and incorporated into our investment philosophies that it's not so much a tick box exercise within our investment committee papers. It's very much in the round and absolutely the forefront of our thinking. So we think that the living sector particularly, and by that multifamily BTR is where our current focus lies. And then in the office sector, that very top tier product. We speak a lot about bifurcation and ESG compliant, future-proofed core CBD locations being very prevalent.
And I suppose looking at the UK market, there's obviously a view that London dominates in terms of the office scene. How do you see that from an investment point of view?
I think a really interesting dynamic is that at a time when the capital markets are fairly dysfunctional, we're seeing huge growth in the occupational side, so a lot of rental growth for that top tier product. Inevitably, there is focus on London, but the regional markets remain very important to us as well. We're invested into Birmingham, Manchester, Glasgow and Edinburgh in a UK context, and we're seeing supply diminish and become very constrained for that very best-in-class office. And whenever we talk about the office, we all, I think, universally acknowledge that offices need to earn the commute. They need to be places that people want to go, collaborate. And we're seeing a lot of rhetoric from the big corporates to encourage their employees back, but the office product needs to be right. And we're fortunate that we have a fairly resilient, high-quality portfolio. So we are operating in that top-tier space. And we see future-proofed ESG assets being very important to us for future investment opportunities, and not just London, but the regional markets as well.
Yeah, very interesting, I think, to see that focus around living and the office markets here in the UK. Thanks very much for joining us, Miles.
Thank you.